Igbo ọma na-ege ntị, anyị ekenekwa unu ọzọ n'ụbọchị nke taa n'ilu akwụkwọ. Alright, anyị sịkwa unu daalụ niile unu si esonyere anyị na-eme na Eastern News 24. Anyị sịkwa ndị be anyị nke onye chiri ya zelu ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ anwụ na mmiri atana. Alright, dịka o si dị, anyị agbapụ na ya ọsọ n'ife anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa. Gekwe ntị ọfụma ọfụma, anyị wetara unu nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa. Ife anyị wetara unu ozi ya kịta bụ ka ịgwa anyị your own opinion. Weta na-ekwu ka ịgwa your own opinion, just be honest. Just today is like I need some people's opinion on this. If I need to go see n'ilu akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa, ị na-ege ya bụ ife kabalụ na drop your own opinion. One, who is Simon Ekpa to you? Here bụ first question anyị na-ajụ. Who is Simon Ekpa to you? Yọta na-ekwu ịkabalụ ịgwa anyị if you feel about Simon Ekpa. Yọta na-ekwu. Then secondary, how do you feel about him? Go. Yes, this program is particular for all Biafrans. How do you feel about him? So you can say brief kabalo drop your own comment on the comment section below. It's very important. All right, over to you.
If you have any goods coming to Biafra, it is the responsibility of the custom officers to check and all that. So it is going to be in the land border and the air, which is the airport. So, for example, we have borders with Ambazonia. If you are coming through Ambazonia in the land border, you are going to meet Biafra custom, and you're going to meet Biafra immigration, and you're going to meet Biafra police. So these are the two agencies that will be very, very active in our borders. And I want you to understand that when you look at Nonso, the host of this space, you see that there is Biafra map. In those maps, we have actually designed our border security. And I remember that sources made mention of a question of what are we going to have in the border and all that. These are the kind of questions you should be asking. So let me actually answer that question. Now, when you look at this map, you see red line covering that map. Those red line is not just ordinary. It is the security of the Biafra border. So that red line you see on that map represents something that I'm not going to review here yet at this point. But it is not ordinary. We did not just put red line there because we want it to be red. We did not put red line there because you are going to see it better. No, the red line there stands for something that you are going to know in the nearest future. But it is about the security, the border security of Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. The first you want to ask a question, go ahead. It's very interesting today. Go ahead.
Yes, I have a question, but there's a brother here from India. We normally go to his spaces, and he has a lot of questions. And Avi, the Prime Minister, if you have all that questions that you normally ask, you can request for a mic, and he's here to answer it. He's not gonna be here for much longer. Prime Minister, here's my question. We know that as things stands right now, Nigeria has so much debt. They have so much debt that it's not even fun. Even at the dying minute of the whichever version of Buhari that we had that was in office, he still borrowed money. So, and we know that most of this money, you can see it in Biafra land. There is no, you can't really see the impact. And some of the loans, like the one that was borrowed from China, we were specifically excluded from that loan. So we know that Biafra is leaving. So when we're talking about this peaceful exit, which, with a comma on it, how are we going? What are we doing about the debt? Because are we going to be a new nation then? A new nation that has so much debt? So because that's always where my where I'm like worried about, because like how we gonna do that? Because I know that I knew believe some time ago you said that we can negotiate that, but I'm like, most of these debt we don't even have nothing, literally nothing to do with us, and you have the president literally borrowing money that at the dying minute of his presidency still borrowed money. So what are we doing about the debt? So that's my question.
Yeah, what we are doing is that it all have to end in negotiation. So, but we are not ready to take any debt that we did not benefit. Sorry, somebody is disturbing this line. So, like I said, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Yeah.
Okay, we are not going to benefit. Sorry, we are not going to. I don't know why somebody is disturbing this line while I'm talking. So, we are not going to inherit debt that we didn't benefit from. That is the point. So, but of course, the whole thing is going to end in negotiation. So we're going to demand the audit of Nigeria to show whether Biafra have benefited from those loans or not. And if we do not benefit from that loan, we are not going to allow that loan to take part in repayment of the loan. It is just reasonable as that. And I believe nobody in the world that is going to be part of this negotiation that will allow you to pay for something you did not take part in using, so you did not benefit from. So, and that is one of the things that is leading us into exiting Nigeria, apart from many impunities. This is one of them. So we cannot just say, okay, out of intimidation, let us inherit the debt that we did not use. We cannot do that. But of course, there is always a ground for negotiation, and of course, at the same time, you do compromise. So we're going to do a reasonable compromise, and I wish that somebody like me will be opportune to be part of those negotiations, so that I will show them where in Finland we say "Minä näytän heille mistä kanapisi." Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Mazi. Wow. Yeah, so you go show them the kind of man of PC. I tell you, they will
Yeah, this Kukura now. Oh, quite job will have got me Kukura. Then we take this one for 1 year, not till the Biafra will come now. Hey,
they will hear from us. Yes, Mazi. Mazi, there you have a question. You take it out, and then we get another one from Ifeanyi and Ugochukwu.
Hey, Exodus. There is a brother here. His name is Avi Kuma. He's from India. He's a poor Biafran. If you don't mind, he said he's requesting for Mike, and he has a lot of questions for the Prime
I've
Minister.
not seen it. I've not seen the request. To no,
Uh,
so
Avi, I will say go out and come back in. I'm seeing him here. Go out and come back in, and then maybe that's why he's not seeing you because he has a lot of questions.
I will bring
Yeah.
him in immediately. I'm going to send him the mic right away. Thank you.
do so. All right, Mazi, go quickly. What's your question? Our my Lord and Savior doesn't have much time.
Okay.
Okay.
I agree. Okay, Mazugo.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I thank each and every one of us. Just like Jesus Christ asked, that this is the same question. So he's asking here. When he asked his apostle, "Who do you think who do people say I am?" And they say all manner of things. And he turned to them and said, "Who do you think I am?" So before I ask my PM question, I will say that my PM is Elisha of our time, just like Elijah. When Elijah want to go to heaven, Elisha said, "Give me double portion of your anointing," and he give it to him. Our leader, Martin Namogan, know very well that they will hand him over to Nigerian government, and he give the double portion of his anointing to our PM Simon Ekpa, which he is using today. And I am happy that he is now my ambassador because my name is Udoka and he is my ambassador direct. So if you are not answering Udoka, go and answer Udoka. So
Go
that
ahead,
our
ask your question. Thank you.
coming to the question, There is one last question about loan. Someone asked in follow up to the question. I want to ask, like some of our previous governors, they have like example, Dave Umahi. There is one time our PM make a broadcast about Sukuk project or loan. Like Dave Umahi, that I know that nobody knows where he borrowed money to build all manner of projects, and other governors, if it happen that they borrowed money from Islamic bank or any other thing, how do we go into negotiation to pay the loan, because the infrastructure is already in Biafra land, just like flyovers and here other things, like example in Ekpa, that there are many of overs, and other parts of it might have done something similar to that to do one or two projects, because they believe that building project is where they can embezzle money, just like the way our former governor did in Enugu. He do something like tunnel that is not up to 2 minutes you will pass, and he quote a lot of money, and that
Thank
is
you.
how all of them have been doing. So the second question, if Pharaoh refuse the people of Israel to go, and they later allow them to go, and the Pharaoh decided to pursue them back, to draw them back. There is one time you made mention of that our land will not be a battlefield. Is there anything you are putting in place to make sure that they did not, because what they are trying to do is to make sure that Biafra land will be a battlefield, so that they will destroy everything and leave us with nothing. What are you putting in place to make sure that our Biafra land will not only be a battlefield to them to destroy? Thank you. And that's my question, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Biafra land has always been a battlefield. So what we are doing now is to make sure we push them out of Biafra, and we are going to push them out, and we are succeeding. So if anybody telling you that we are so we don't turn Biafra land into a battlefield, tell the person that Biafra land has been a battlefield since 1967 to date. That is the reason why they are in Biafra land generating billions of naira every year. You don't see that in the northern Nigeria. The militarization of the southeast part of Biafra has turned Biafra into battlefield. So we are already in the battlefield. So what you see us doing now is not to invite them more, but to push them back. And they are dying in Biafra, and all of them will die in Biafra land. So our aim and objective is to make sure that we push them out completely of Biafra land. And the time is coming when they will never have peace in their barracks and any part of Biafra land where they are sleeping. That's our target. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. There's another question he asked about Governor, this useless Mahi. The money, if he borrowed money to
About the Sukuk. Yes, the Sukuk is the Islamic loan that there have been some governors ignorantly and greedy governors has been taken to build roads and all that. But I was able to have a very privileged information about some of the projects that the Dave Umahi built in Ebonyi State, that actually he licked the shoe of the man in Nassau Rock, and that man in Nassau Rock gave him that particular grant to build those things he built. So it was not actually, some of them may not actually be from Sukuk. And that's a good news.
Okay.
But those that were built by Sukuk, we're going to pay them back. Because what they are trying to do is to give as much loan as possible, so that at the end of the day, they'll come and claim the ownership of your road, the ownership of your land, the ownership of your hospital, and all that. So we're not going to allow that. So any loan that any governor took, and that governor invested that particular loan in Biafra land, we are obliged to pay them back.
Okay.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes, Ifi, take your question.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Prime Minister, I want to, this is a question and also a kind of raising alarm. I know you have knowledge of this before now. You spoke about it, but I want to ask it as a question. Does the incident or the new development that is unraveling in Benue State impose any threat on Biafra? Does it impose any threat on the border security of Biafra? As we have a kind of loophole in Efium community, as Dave Umai has succeeded in making sure that there's no living soul in that Efium community, does it impose any threat on our border community, knowing fully well that Efium community is border shares common boundary with Benue State, and the Fulanis, there's a memo that I read that comes from them, that the present governor of Benue State is their stooge and I paid allegiance to them. So if Fulani succeeded in taking over Benue State, as they are doing everything to take over Benue State and to have an access passage through Efium to attack Biafra land, does it impose any threat on our border security? That is my question. The development that is unraveling in Benue State.
There is no threat on our border security from that. When the time comes, we are going to seal Efium, seal whatever that is very close to Benue. So we are very strong in those areas. So I don't see any. And the issue of Efium issue, Omahi is no longer the governor of Ebonyi State. And by the time we finish the structure of the Biafra de facto government, we are going to solve that Efium issue once and for all. So I don't see any threat at all from there.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
Thank
a
you,
follow-up question to that, because sometimes when I read this, whenever you see attack happen in Benue State and you read the communities,
Okay,
they
I
sound like
think people are getting enlightened, and the much more questions are not people are getting more enlightened about the functions and the duties of the Biafran Republic government in exile. And the incoming inaugurations of the de facto government of Biafra. My Prime Minister, I want you to enlighten Biafrans on the taxing system. That because right now, Soludo and his henchmen and all the puppets that call themselves governor, they are leveraging and enjoying taxes from our people. How do we handle that immediately after the inauguration of the de facto government, Homeland?
Thank you very much. You know that we have been very proactive in tackling the excessive taxation from the governors. You remember that it was our intervention that ended the Osoludo evil tax against Anambra business people. He imposed a very unreasonable tax on them, and it was our intervention that made him to reverse that particular tax imposition on them. So our idea and our agenda is the gradual takeover of Biafra government, and it is called self-governance. We are moving to self-governance. So when we are moving to self-governance, we are going to make sure that those who are paying tax to the government, we are going to start reducing them, taking them away from the government until we completely take them out of the government. Now, I want you to understand that you see the way this sit at home is going, the way people are not respecting and hearing them, the way we have given them vote of no confidence, that is the same way people are not going to pay tax to them in the long run, at the end of the day. And it is how the liberation of Biafra is going to happen. We are going to take over gradually till we are going to chase away Soludo and all of them from the government house. They will pack their load and run to the airport and fly out of the zoo at the end of the day. That's where we are going.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is this the Amoma? Do you have a question?
Success, I have another question for our PM.
Okay, go ahead.
My PM, please. I want to ask question based on
They don't shut our space. You see these people, God passed them. I'm telling you the truth. God is bigger than them. What they don't know is that God is bigger than them. We are not scared. They can continue to do whatever they please to do, however it please them. But the truth is that we are now at the mode no retreat, no surrender. I'm telling you, they call these things simply because the man of the hour, the man of the day, His Excellency Master Simon Ekpa is here answering questions, and all they could do is to switch off the Twitter immediately. Bam! They took it off. Ah, my people who never understand what is happening, make the person begin to understand that now. This is why we must double our efforts. This is not time to slack. This is not time to lag behind. This is time to move on. This is time to continue. This is time to fire, 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 and fire. And we are not relenting. We are not relenting. We will continue to move. We will continue to advance, and we will continue to win. We are recording victory, and we will continue to record victory until finally we will be established with this victory with the fight for every day. Yes, we will be established with this victory. We are not scared of what the enemy want to do. We will never be scared of what the wicked want to do. We will always move, and we will move. I am telling you, God passed them all. God passed them. Even this one too, they don't cut them again. God is bigger than them. We have a living God. We have a living God. Well, my people, we must continue to fight. We must continue to fight. I don't know why.
But we must have to continue. This is the scheduled space that is starting by 4 o'clock, but we have to continue to carry on from where we stop. This is another interesting topic that we will be treating. If it happens that our PM come back, if you have any question again for him, you will go ahead and ask your question. But if you don't have, we are going to discuss on this issue, because this is the reason why a lot of things went wrong from the struggle. And I want us to deliberate on it, to know who is really protecting the struggle and who is really doing what the oath of IPOB says. That is why I put up this topic, the IPOB oath. What is it all about? Please, if you come in, you mute yourself. If you come in, you mute yourself.
Are they also blocking us here? Or they are.
Ifani, are you having issues? I cannot hear anything. Is it just me?
of our liberation. I will be reading out for us the wordings of the oath of IPOB. And after reading out the wordings of the oath of IPOB, I will do some analysis on this oath of IPOB. Then you will now judge yourself with this oath of office IPOB, who is following up on what this oath says. That is what I want us to look into today. Because many people that have been deceived, some of them are now turning into wolves in a sheep clothing, putting on our prime minister's picture on their profile, but they are not members. They are not in this struggle. They are not agitating for the freedom of Biafra. They're among the wolves that was there with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, looking for opportunity to steal and looking for opportunity to sell him. So as we go into this, I want us to listen very attentively as I will be taking some time to analyze this. And if you are an OM to take this same oath, I will expect you to listen attentively, because most of the weddings here, some of us
Can anybody hear what he's saying? Because I can't hear anything.
I think his network is really bad.
Yes, of course.
Because he will stop speaking for a while, and then and I think his network that is doing that. Ifani, can you hear me? Just text him, and then yeah, I think his network is having issues.
Are you not hearing me?
We're hearing you now, but it was down for almost over 15 seconds.
Network is going out and coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we must have to continue. Listen, I'll be reading out the oath of office before you become an IPOB member previously when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was there. The oath that we took.
Your network is really bad. We just can't hear anything you're saying.
Thank you and welcome as you listen. The oath reads, I will be put.
Yeah, it's the Zoo network, so of course it will disappoint every time you depend on it. I don't know how we're gonna fix that.
If you are having this serious network issue, can you just send it to the boss so he can read it out? Let's see if we can take it up from there. Because we just can't tell you it comes and goes.
Yeah, your network is really bad, Mazify. Oh, he's probably. Oh boy, can somebody reach him if you're not coming out? Coming out. So I guess while we're waiting on Ifeanyi to come out, A lot of people wanted to have question. A lot of people, like our brother here from India, that wanted to. He always have questions, and he's a pro Biafran. And I thought maybe he will get a chance to speak, but not before the space went down. And he was actually requesting for Mike, but I'm guessing that Twitter kept doing what Twitter does. So I apologize to everyone that didn't get a chance to ask their questions. But whatever question that you have, you can always come to our spaces and ask it. And I believe that if anything, 90% or 95% of your questions, we already have answer to it. And if not, then we also have our those that are in the government on here on the spaces, and they can answer your
Hey,
question.
Biafrans,
And this goes to
they
each
are
and every one
just
of us, not
writing us.
until when.
They are kicking us up and down, removing us from here and there. And I think the best thing is to stop for now. Yes, we must end this space to look for something else to bring on to the we move, my people, we move. Then no one make we talk. Imagine Simon Ekpa was here answering questions, taking questions, giving answers, and all of a sudden, boom, they removed the cut it off. They got it off. So Biafrans is roughly 2 hours. We have to end the program anyway. I want you to stay tuned. I just stay tuned, like I said before. This evening, the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, media information and media communication and information will be hosting the defense secretary and the whole team of defense. So be stay tuned, don't miss this program. This is one of the programs you don't want to miss, I promise you. It will be very, very fantastic. The program will be fun. You have to be here, ask your question, prepare your questions, come around. Today you go hot, today you go helele. So from me to you now is goodbye, and I have somebody here in the studio. Mazi, just greet Biafrans
Oh, hi,
before we
Biafra. Good afternoon, good
they
morning.
hear you.
Can you hear me?
We know they hear you.
Why? Everything is in order now. I can hear you. So why you can't hear me?
We are not hearing you.
Can you hear me now? Baba.
Well, Biafrans, I think we have to go for now to come back again, and
I can
we
hear
must
you.
continue to fight. We must continue to win. We must continue to get our victory. Remember, you can hear me, but I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Ask the audience if they are hearing you. Nobody is hearing you.
Audience, can
So,
you hear me?
my people, we have to go for now. So
Yeah,
remember.
they said they're hearing me.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we're making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
You said they can hear you, but I'm not hearing you now. Anyway, greet Biafrans. Since they can hear you, go on and greet Biafrans. Mazi, they say they can't hear you.
Again, can you hear me?
Now I hear you. I don't know what they do you. It be
Chineke
like
na-
your audio or your system they get wahala. No.
Chineke na mere my brother.
Okay, maybe na the earpiece where they use.
No, I know they use earpiece. Earpiece now for my mobile phone. You know? All right, let me talk now. Hello, Biafrans. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are watching from. As I was saying, that we are in a good shape for this revolution that we are making, and every progress is being taken note. There was a tweet by our special legal counsel today, Aloy Ejimako, who said that he visited our legal Hindumazen Nanikala and he supported all our freedom or freedom fighting. We call it what is it called again? I can't remember. Use one legal terms to say it. So this evening we are having another broadcast according to our host here, just for real Biafra Voice TV. So get your family and friends, prepare yourself. Going to be a bunch share, you know. So I thank you all for joining us this afternoon. We'll see you again in the evening. From me here is Biafra Battle Cry. Thank you.
Mercy on we Biafra, Lord give us a freedom. Have mercy on we Biafrans and give us a freedom. Oh Lord, have mercy on we Biafrans and give us a freedom. Fire, we need our leader. Prophet Mazinam Yokuchukukano. We need our leader. Mazinam Yokuchukukano. We need our leader. Mazinam Yokanu. Yeah, man.
Alright, daalụ nne kunu sise la ni fan kai na eme. Alright, amam na ni comment on this particular issue ni fa ekwu n'elu akwụkwọ. Who is Simon Ekpa to you, and what do you feel about him? Make sure you comment. All Biafrans need to comment on this particular thing. I need the beacon. It's very important. Mutene ekwu. Daalụ nne kunu sise right na simeka chukwu okabia magozi unu. Chekwaba unu. Ise. One that no stay tuned, more news update is coming. Dalon.